Okay, so the trailer for The Pale Door looked really awesome. Shudder had mislabeled it Western zombie movie when it's clearly a Western witch movie, and the witches looked really badass. So I was totally stoked. Finally got to see it. Let's dive in. Alright, gotta let everybody know it's gonna be a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Now, the trailer actually summed it all up pretty good. Bunch of outlaws rob a train, and they find a chick instead of gold. But she says, hey, I got a great treasure for you at a brothel where I live. It's, of course, a witch coven. And hilarity ensues. Alright, it is likes time, and you know what? I gotta tell you, and you're about to find out here in a few seconds, that there's nothing to like, so let's get to the good stuff. Alright, so dislikes, and dear God, is there a lot of them. What a mess. What an utter disaster. Real quick side note, Shudder is really starting to burn me up. At last 2, 3, maybe 4 movies that have been big Shudder things, like Yummy and Blood Machines and everything, have been atrocious. Absolutely terrible. And the main reason, and it rings true with Pale Door as well, is they are utterly, totally, and completely safe on every level. Just whoever is writing these and whoever is signing on to put them on Shudder has no clue or concept about what it is to make horror movies. Soapbox, said it a million times. The appeal of horror movies is they are afforded the opportunity to make people uncomfortable, make people deal with things that they don't like to see, make people challenge themselves. These films from Shudder and The Pale Door challenge nothing. Nothing. And yes, I know, Blumhouse has made millions and billions of dollars with that formula. Well, you're not Blumhouse. And you know what? If you were a smart business, Shudder, you would say, well, you know, Blumhouse kind of has that locked up, and no one else has been able to copy it. So maybe we go the other direction and actually get movies that are challenging and interesting that people want to see. No. We'll just continue to produce this shit. I don't even know where to begin with this. The charred, you know, witches that you saw in the trailer that climbed on the ceiling and whatnot, they're cool. You know, that's cool. But there's no scares. I mean, you know, this writes itself, right? Okay, so it's really simple. So normal, good horror writers would be like, okay, so robbery, make it quick, it's not the big thrust. Boom, we get to the brothel. Boom. The guys all go upstairs, and there's some nudity, and some tits, and some butts, and some pussy, and some sex, and some grinding, and that's fucking, yeah. It's horror. You always pay the price for that. Boom. They transform into the charred, you know, black, old, gangly witches. And then, also important, is when the blood starts flying, the guts are ripped out, the throats are torn off, skulls are removed. Go for it, man. And don't shy away. Because in this movie, the guys go up into the brothel without one lick of nudity, unless maybe a chick's back is hot to you. And then once the killing starts, one guy gets a couple scratches. Yeah, sure, one guy does get, like, you know, his neck bit. But it's a firefight. Like, you know, it's like someone said, oh, it's the West, so let's have a bunch of, you know, we'll even have an old school shootout for no reason whatsoever. A disaster, an utter mess. And then, here's the biggie. Put all that aside, okay? Whoever wrote it, you really need to go and find out how you write hero characters. Because the hero character in this is, let me put it this way, should be the older brother. Yes, he's sort of an anti-hero. But he envelops the qualities of a hero so far as he is confident and strong, willing to protect and defend his gang, willing to stand up, to lead, to be involved. That's the hero, right? This guy spends a little bit of the movie like that, then gets shot in the stomach and turns into a cheap plot piece the rest of it, and the writer just decided instead they're going to make the hero, quote unquote, the weak, pussy, innocent, little, nothing, 110 pounds soaking wet little brother. And it doesn't work. Because, guess what, writers? Movies are escapist entertainment. We don't go to the movies to see ourselves or other people around us. We go to see the exceptional. It has been that way since day one of human entertainment, not just movies. You didn't go to the gladiatorial fights to see the 87-pound old guy that earlier in the day served you fruit. Period. It's that simple. And you will scream and yell, that's old school, it's not like that anymore. No, I'm sorry. As much as you would like to think of it, human beings haven't changed. There's not been enough time for us to evolve out of an admiration for the exceptional, nor should we ever. So, I went on this too long. There's a bunch of sideways stuff. I get that. But at the end of the day, ignorance of all that resulted in a terribly written movie. All right, it is pinhead time. This is going to be easy. It is 0 pinheads out of 5. Do not waste your time with this. All right, I am going to be interesting to see the reactions on this one. I can't imagine anyone liking this. By the same token, there's been quite a few movies that I couldn't imagine anyone liking, and boom, there they were, saying how great it was. Either way, in the comment section below, let's speak on it.